Hey guys, Joe Duffy here, over in London for UFC Fight Night. I'm here taking your questions, so feel free to fire away.
All the little umbrellas said Borough Market on it. Do we know about Team London?
No, we took the two. London Bridge.
No, it wasn't London Bridge.
No, that's the stop.
Oh, Thursday we're going someplace.
Very good, actually.
Some hall.
They'll just pop up on the screen.
Yeah, they'll come streaming through. It just takes a little while. So once they come up, just like say their name, then answer the question, just say they know.
No problem.
Takes a little while.
How's it going, Manuel?
Good.
Things.
Hello, sir. So it should be coming through.
Oh, the lighting or something.
Yeah, the lighting shadows.
Let's get it.
Actually, same thing
So you are live. They aren't coming in. They're just not showing up on there.
Sorry guys, the questions ain't showing up yet. We are here. We'll get it sorted now in 2 minutes. I see saying 10 comments.
Yeah, so you see them coming up.
Thanks, Ryan Gibson. Which is the hottest ring girl? Brittany, I would say, is the hottest one. What's your plan for 2017? Obviously, just this fight at the minute, and fingers crossed this goes well. Go from there. Shout out to Jared Daniel. Thanks for the good luck.
Moving on.
Hi from Nebraska. Dream matchup. I think. I don't know. I suppose anyone for the title is the dream, but I'd love. I don't know. Maybe a big fight with Tony Ferguson in the stadium in Croke Park. That'd be pretty sick. Hi from New York. Hi Washington State. Strategy to win in the fight. My strategy doesn't really change too much. I just try to make sure all areas are covered. But whatever happens in the fight, I'll try to adapt to that. So whatever openings he gives me, hopefully I'll take. Favorite food? Anything sweet? Pizza? I just like food. I'm definitely a foodie. Do I get nervous or excited before fights? Nervous for some, excited, always excited. It varies from fight to fight, to tell you the truth. Proudest moment so far? Probably, I'd say either my UFC debut or maybe the last fight. I think bouncing back after the loss, that was a good moment. Obviously, Faraz and Nima was there when I lost, and being able to celebrate the victory was pretty cool. What age did I realize MMA was for me? I realized pretty early on. I was doing MMA, when I was a kid. I would say about 13. I started mixing it all. By the time I was 15, I was sure I was going to be in the UFC. I knew very early on, to tell you the truth. What inspires me the most? I think the likes of the fighters who who's lost quite a few fights and just keep going. You know, them type of fighters that like Michael Bisping, Dos Anjos, all them type of guys who's gone the long way around, but you know, overcome all that stuff and came back to become champions. That's definitely something I found quite inspiring. Conor Mayweather, I think, you know, in boxing it's always going to be Floyd. In MMA it's always going to be Conor. It's as simple as that. Favorite fighter, I had two growing up. It was Vanderlei Silva in the old Pride days, and GSP. You know, so now I'm living the dream. I'm training with George, and you know, learning a lot underneath him. So. Do I prefer to work my stand-up game or ground? I enjoy it all. I think the ground is very addictive, but the stand-up, there's so many intricate, fine details that people miss, and you know, I really feel like it's never ending. So I enjoy it all. I don't think I could pick either, to be honest. You know, obviously when I was boxing, I was missing them. I was missing the grappling and the wrestling. So you know, it's definitely hard to choose. Shout out from Texas. What I think of GSP Bisping, I think it's a tough fight. I think obviously Michael's a much bigger opponent. You know, one of George's things that he had over people was his fitness and his wrestling, and Michael's very skilled in both of them. He's proved. So I think it's a tough fight, but you know, I've been training with George, you know, quite a bit since I've been in TriStar, and you know, he never takes his foot off the gas. He's always working hard and improving. So you know, it's a fight I definitely feel, you know, he can win. So you know, I'm a huge fan of Bisping, huge fan. Met him a few times, and he's always been a gentleman. So it's a fight I'm really excited about. How much do I weigh right now? I was 170 this morning, so between 14 and 15 pounds to go. I got my nutritionist George Lockhart from Fitness VT here, so he's taking care of business. So I haven't even got to think about food or any of that stuff. I'm just eating what he tells me, so it's perfect. What do you think? What do I do in my life except for MMA? You know, I suppose it takes up the majority of my time. You know, even when I'm at home, I'm studying fights. You know, I'm away from home 90% of the time, so I'm trying to keep in touch with my family and my friends. But other than that, I would say, you know, I'm big on TV series and movies. I'm always watching that stuff. So I would say that's the main one. But any kind of sport, you know, I think if I wasn't doing MMA, I would definitely be playing rugby or something. I think, you know, I'm a huge fan of rugby. I would probably watch rugby over MMA a lot of the time. My amateur boxing record, I didn't have one. You know, I never boxed amateur. I went from MMA into pro boxing. I've done some kickboxing and everything. Like, I'd done a lot when I was growing up, kickboxing. So, but no amateur boxing. Favorite post-fight meal? I can have this in camp, I suppose, but it's still hard to beat. I love a big steak. You know, my coach Eric O'Keefe, he does these steaks. They're next level altogether. So, you know, hard to beat a good steak. But after the steak is the cheesecake for me. That's probably the favorite one. Can you fight with Brock Lesnar? Why not? Be great crack. I didn't see Woodley Thompson too. To be honest, I don't follow it every week. I was gonna watch the Khabib and Ferguson fight, but when I heard that fight was off, I think I decided to go to the comedy club instead. So, do you want to buy a caravan? Yeah. What position did I play in rugby? I was outside centre. But our forwards wasn't too good for our school, so we used to call ourselves the Facts because we were playing forward and back. The city would I most like to fight in? I'd love to fight in Japan. Growing up, I grew up doing traditional martial arts, so a lot of it was based from Japan, especially the classical jiu-jitsu and that type of thing. So, I'd love to go there, fight in front of a Japanese crowd, and see the culture, really experience that. Arnold Allen or Amir Khani, obviously. Arnie's my teammate and he's looking good, so I'm definitely backing Arnie for that. Camp was good, can't complain. It doesn't really change much in camp or out of camp. I'm always training, so just another day in the office really. Excited to be here now. That's the main bit. Fight week, you're always looking forward to that week. Conor Joban is a great fight. I think lean towards Conor on that. The only one who kind of struggled with was Maya, and obviously he's due the title shot, so I'm definitely leaning towards him. Favorite Irish whiskey? Powers. Definitely Powers. Favorite Irish pub? When I'm back home, I spend a lot of time in Jimmy Johnny's down in Barton Port, so I would have to say that. Struggles before a fight? Not too many really. I'm quite fortunate. I think there's always little bits and pieces. Maybe something that hasn't gone well in camp or other things like weight issues. But generally, I find that I don't really think about the fight until I've finished with the weigh-in. So once the weigh-in's over, then I can concentrate on the fight. But generally, it's pretty good. When will I retire? No idea. I suppose it's hard to say at this stage. It just, I take it from fight to fight, and touch wood, everything stays healthy, and I can keep going. Favorite car? Probably a Nissan GTR. I wouldn't mind a nice BMX X6 or something as well. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, a lot of people asking about the Conor fight. I'm still confident in that fight. I think styles make matchups, and there's a fight. I feel it suits me very well. Do you want to meet me on the cobbles? Who's the most difficult opponent in the division? I think probably Tony Ferguson as well. I think he's a good test for everyone. The top 20 lightweight division in UFC is stacked. I think it's all, each of them fights is all down to styles. But I think Tony Ferguson is one of the most unpredictable. He's got he's got a good all-round game, and he's got a lot of good attributes. He never stops for the full five rounds. So I think he's probably the most difficult. Or Khabib. That's why that was such a great matchup. But hopefully they'll get back on and be a fight I'm definitely interested to see. What's it like being a UFC fighter? To be honest, half the time I don't even notice. Like, life hasn't changed too much. I'm out in Montreal, so it's not like I'm stopped every day walking down the street. Life seems pretty normal. It's all the same, but it's good. We're lucky we get to do something we love. We hang out with our pals during the day. Go get food and train. Living the dream, really. Radio. Radio, guys. Time's up. I got to shoot. Make sure you check out the fights on Saturday on UFC Fight Pass. Thanks for all the questions. Sorry I didn't get the shout out to everyone, but really appreciate the time. But take care, guys. I'll see you all soon.